So we have now integrated and differentiated with general exponentials. What about general log functions here? So the log base b, y equals log base b of x, that is the inverse of b to the x. So the corresponding exponential form is b to the y equals x. So the input here switches to the output in the inverse, and the output switches to the input. Now with log base b and b, we have the cancellation laws. So if you take b to the log base b of x, or an expression, you get back what you started with, get back our x again. And if we take x, do an exponential, b to the x, and then apply log base b, again we get back x. Now to get the graphs of the log base b, you're going to reflect our corresponding exponential graph. So for example here, we know what y equals 2 to the x looks like this. And so if we wanted to graph log base 2, then we would need our y equal x line right there. And then with that y equal x line, we would just take and reflect our exponential over to get the log graph. So if we reflect that guy over, we're going to get something like this. So, well, maybe I've got that down a little bit too far. There we go. So that's y equals log base 2 of x. And then how do we evaluate logs in different bases on your calculator? So for example, what if you wanted to evaluate log base 2 of 6? So that's the exponent over 2 that gives 6. So in other words, if this is equal to our y value, then the exponential form of that is your output here will be your input, so 2 to the y, and then your input 6 ends up being your output. So that's the corresponding exponential form. But either form, we don't know how to compute that directly on our calculator. So 2 to what power equals 6? We'd have to use logs to solve that equation. However, if a is not equal to 1, so if it's not base 1 and it's positive, then log base a of x, you can just do the log of x divided by the log of the base. So for example here, log base 2 of 6, you can just do ln of 6 divide by ln of the base, 2. And this we can compute pretty easily. Let's go ahead and do that. So the only two logs we can do on our calculator are log base 10 here and ln. But let's go ahead and we want ln of 6. Oops. Close up our parentheses, divide by ln of 2, and we get 2.585 approximately. And that is the value when you do 2 to that power, you get 6. So 2 to the 2.585. Let's see what that equals. Double check our work here. So 2 caret 2.585. And you see pretty close to 6. And it's just round off in our exponent there.